Okay, so yeah, on Comic-Con, Warner Brothers announced their new slate of movies. I think the dates on them is like a guesstimation anyway, so I mean they could change them at the last second, they really could. But this seems like the order they're going to come out in. So let's just look at the list. First one's Justice League, obviously, the end of this year. That's gonna be fucking awesome, right? But then it's just Aquaman in 2018. So, I mean, that kind of is a bummer, right? They would just get one movie in 2018. But, I mean, if you're going to have one movie, make it a good one, right? Aquaman looks fucking badass. And if they stay true to Jeff Johns' New 52 run of Aquaman, this movie's going to be fucking great. Next one after that, Shazam. Fucking Captain Marvel himself, man. I can't believe Shazam's finally getting a movie. Kind of mind blowing, and people were like upset about it too. I remember like reading like comment like really Shazam before fucking Batgirl or something. Like yeah, bitch. Like Shazam's way better than fucking the Batman side characters or the fucking Martian Manhunter. He's way better than Martian Manhunter. Yeah, so I'm fucking super excited for that. Maybe I don't know if The Rock's gonna be in that one. Probably not. I hope so. I don't see Warner Brothers would be foolish not to have The Rock in the first Shazam movie. Just in order to sell the goddamn movie. That's all you need is The Rock, and the movie's gonna sell like crazy. All right, but all right. So after Shazam, you got Suicide Squad 2. Looking forward to that. I think they're gonna get a new director for that, and maybe some new writers possibly. But I mean, you already have an established, movie with Suicide Squad that established all the characters and set them all up, right? So now the sequel, we don't have to worry about that as much. Now we can just, focus on building team relationships and shit like that. We can focus on like Deadshot and Harley Quinn's fucking like and the Joker's like love triangle thing. If the Joker and Harley Quinn are even in it, they might not even be in it. They might just go straight up Suicide Squad, Add like another like big bad villain like Bane or something like that, But after Suicide Squad 2, it's the Batman. And that interests me because I mean, Suicide Squad is essentially a bunch of Batman villains and then you got the Batman movie coming right after it. So I feel like there's a lot of potential there to have a bunch of tie-ins in Suicide Squad. And that might anger some people because the first Suicide Squad movie was very much like a universe building movie where they're building up all these characters and the world, and it's not so much about what the fuck's happening. It's all about like, you know, building up Batman villains essentially. And Suicide Squad 2 might do the same exact thing. I think people just need to get ready for that. Because then they can just pop up in the Batman movie and it's just like, all right, we don't need to know that much about them because we just learned about them in the last two Suicide Squad movies. So it sets it up so that the Batman movie can use any Batman villain. Or like, it has a huge variety, right? And that's going to be epic. Matt Reeves is directing the Batman. You can't go wrong, right? They have so many good directors lined up here. Justice League Dark, I forget who's directing it. I remember Guillermo del Toro was on the early pre-production of that movie a long time ago. But now it looks like they're actually making the live-action version. I'm a little shocked that they are. I mean, this is going to be a dark year. I mean, you have the Batman, you have Justice League Dark, and then you have Batgirl. Like this might be a really dark year for comic book movies. Because like Batgirl, I imagine we're going to see Batgirl get paralyzed in that movie by the Joker. I mean, it's the biggest thing ever to happen to Batgirl, and she has her movie for the first time ever. Let's get to the good shit. You know what I'm saying? Justice League Dark. I mean, Constantine better be in it. Swamp Thing better be in it. Zatanna better be in it. Deadman better fucking be in it. Boston fucking better be in it. I swear to God. He better make some kind of cameo. He's hysterical. He's the DC Universe's Deadpool, essentially. except he's like actually dead. He's dead man. He's a ghost. Batgirl, of course, after Justice League Dark. I mean, they need to do the Killing Joke. They need to do some variation on that, you know. Maybe you end the movie with her opening the door and Joker shoots her in the spine. That's how you fucking end the movie. Credits, you know, like that'd be fucking crazy. People would lose their shit in the theaters. I'm excited to see who they get to play Batgirl. I mean, let's just give me a good actress. All right, it doesn't have to be somebody well known. You just got to get somebody that's going to play the part right. And Josh Whedon is going to be directing that. So, I mean, there's all the potential in the world for that thing to be good. Green Lantern Corps after that. The one we all been fucking waiting for, man. Green Lantern Corps. It's not even 40. It's like less than 3 years away now. If it's supposed to come out in 2020, it's less than 3 years. We're about to get another Green Lantern movie, man. I thought after that box office disaster that the first Green Lantern movie caused, I didn't think Warner Brothers would like touch Green Lantern for like a long time. But you know, it took them 9 years, but they're finally making another one. That's fine. Fucking, they keep blocking my goddamn fan edit though, which is bullshit. Fucking horse shit, man. I'm just gonna wait for the copyright strike or claim thing, whatever, to expire. It expires in 3 months, so let's see. Once it expires, like, is my video gonna be put back up or whatever? It better. It fucking makes the movie so much better. And it could tie into this Green Lantern Corps movie a lot better. I imagine Sinestro's going to be the villain in Green Lantern Corps. I imagine Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan are going to be the protagonists. Maybe they're going to be introducing Guy Gardner at some point in the film. Like, they might go full out Green Lantern Corps and, like, show us, like, 4 different lanterns. Like, I don't see why not. Maybe they show Hal Jordan becoming Parallax. Maybe that's what the movie is. Who knows? That movie could be about anything. Because after Green Lantern Corps, you have fucking the Flashpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy shit. They better bring back Jeffrey D. Morgan to play fucking Thomas Wayne. They better. I imagine that's the only reason he was cast. Zack Snyder had enough foresight to be like, he could make a really good Batman. That's why he's going to be Thomas Wayne. It's going to be fucking amazing. I wouldn't mind if Zack Snyder directed the Flash movie. Like, why not? They still don't have a director for it. That's locked down. I mean, and apparently the scene where the Flash is coming back in time in Batman vs. Superman might have something to do with the Flashpoint movie. So, like, that's crazy. And, you know, Zack Snyder really planned that out. Like, that is fucking insane. That they thought that far out. You know, maybe they didn't, but if they did, it's like genius level thinking. And that's going to be the greatest fucking Flash movie ever, because, you know, it's the only Flash movie, and it's going to be his best story, really. Flashpoint's one of his best stories. It's not the best, but it's like, it's pretty high up there, man. It's pretty fucking high up there. I like Flash Rebirth probably a little bit better, but that still ties into Flashpoint, you know. So, I mean, Flashpoint is still like king when it comes to Flash comic books. And we're getting a movie of it. Wonder Woman 2 is the last one on the list after the Flash movie. I assume Cheetah will be the villain and Charlize Theron will be playing Cheetah. I don't see how Warner Brothers could fuck this up if that was the case, right? I mean, it doesn't even need to be a deep movie particularly, you know what I'm saying? It's just got to be an action romp, you know what I'm saying? Balls to wall action, kung fu fighting with Cheetah, you know what I'm saying? It would be fucking awesome. Maybe they can bring some other the Greek gods back. I doubt they're gonna bring back Steve Trevor though. I hate that fucking rumor that Steve Trevor's gonna come back. You know, that's fucking retarded. Or that the Wonder Woman movie is going to take place in the 80s during Cold War. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Why? Why? Like, when Flash resets time, he's only resetting the last 25 years or whatever, you know? When he was born. That's as far back as he's going. He's not going back to past the 80s, you know what I'm saying? So why would anything be affected up to that point? So Wonder Woman 2 is going to be taking place in modern day. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. Is that, I don't know. It just seems obvious to me that it's going to be modern day and Cheetah's going to be the villain. And maybe it'll have something to do with Dr. Poison creating some kind of cheetah formula that turns people into goddamn cheetahs. Who knows? You know, Dr. Poison was able to make a goddamn chemical that gave the general like ultimate power, you know. Why can't she make something that turns somebody into a cheetah? And that'd be a good way to tie it into the first movie. Like, I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see when that movie comes out. You know, it's gonna be great. I mean, out of all these films, I assume the weakest one is probably gonna be Suicide Squad 2, and that's just because everybody is still a baby about that first Suicide Squad movie, man. Like, constantly people are like, I was so let down, the biggest disappointment ever, Suicide Squad. And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck did you expect when you walked into that movie? You know? Like, did you ever read a Suicide Squad book? It's not much. It's not like Shakespeare here. Like, this is fucking, like, kinda likable villains forced to team up. That's it. That's the whole, like, basis for Suicide Squad. That's it. There's no like special stories that have stood the test of time when it comes to Suicide Squad. This is like an experimental fucking thing in the comics, let alone the movies. So, you know, Suicide Squad's lucky to have their own fucking book, man. Not a lot of people buy Suicide Squad books. But yeah, I think people would just automatically hate on that one. And unless the Batman movie is fucking perfect in every way and it's better than The Dark Knight, people are gonna hate that shit too. And they're gonna hate Batgirl. I mean, it's just, I don't know. People just like to fucking hate, man. They like to fucking hate. I swear to God. At least 50% of the Justice League Comic Con trailer is like just hatred. Hatred or just people being fucking sarcastic or negative. So the haters are strong right now, but as all these movies come out, and by the time all these movies come out, that the haters they'll dwindle in numbers as people, you know, defect to DCEU. Because that's what's going to happen, man. I can't wait for all these movies to come out. Which one are you looking forward to the most? Obviously me. It's fucking Green Lantern. Like, who we kidding here? Like, I love Aquaman. I love Shazam. But Green Lantern's the man. You know, Flash, that movie's going to be great. But Green Lantern. You know, give me the Green Lantern movie I've been dreaming about my whole life. You know, all in space, the Sinestro Corps War. Like, just give it to me. And I'll never ask for anything again. I fucking had to remake a Green Lantern movie, you know, just so I can watch it, you know, because I'm that big of a Green Lantern fan. I couldn't just watch the regular extended cut of Green Lantern. I had to fucking edit it and change it around just to make it bearable for me to watch. And, you know, at least I'll have it to watch, you know. Everyone else is going to have to wait to see it, but I'm going to be able to watch it. And I'll watch it with the rest of these DCEU movies because that's how much I like Green Lantern. I really do. I can't wait for that movie. I can't wait for more news to come out about that movie too. And all these movies. It's going to be, I mean, I'm never going to run out of shit to talk about, right? Like, there's going to be shit every week about these movies for the next 3 years, 4 years, past 2020. It's crazy. That's going to be a great time to be alive. I hope you're having a good day. All right. I'll see you next one. Bye.